Hello, Roger. Hey,
Hi
Roger.
there. Hi. Thank you so much for taking your time out today to speak to me about the second season of the Mysterious Benedict Society. So I've got to sort of ask you, how did you approach turning this book into a series? So we'll start off with you, Phil.
We knew the second book had a lot of wonderful stuff in it that we wanted to use in terms of there's a massive sequence on the fastest ocean liner in the world, and there's some new characters who are really wonderful and delightful. And so we started with what we really loved and wanted out of the second book. We sort of had to invent because of the events of the first season and also the the sort of where we left off. We kind of came up with an overall journey that's different than the second book, but that and sort of a thematic world that we're exploring. But it's sort of for us a real melding of kind of some of our new ideas and some of the most iconic and wonderful parts of that second book, The Perilous Journey.
Cool. I'm going to sort of ask. Obviously there are four books in the series. Is there a plan to an outline to kind of create like four seasons, one for each book?
That's definitely kind of the template we're working off of. We again, like Phil said, it's like as we continue to kind of move forward with our characters in the slightly different world from the book that we've created, things will diverge. But like Phil said, like the book provides a really nice template for what we want to do in season two, and I think it's very similar in like three and four.
Cool. And what were the kind of the differences, obviously, with like the pandemic of kind of shooting the second season to the first season?
Well, the biggest difference was we shot second season in Los Angeles. First season was shot in Vancouver. Um, but in terms of the process, the first season was incredibly difficult to shoot because it was really in the height of the pandemic, and we had a remarkable Vancouver-based crew that was so rigorous necessarily about how you could just operate and with all the protections. And so it was a very the first season was much more arduous to make than the second season in a way. The second season we still were doing a tremendous amount of precautions, but on set it was able we were able to interact in a sort of more even though everyone was wearing masks, you were kind of were together more. There were more people allowed to be around, so it had more of the feel of a traditional production, which was kind of nice. And we love production and we love to be able to be there with everyone. So yeah, it was still using a lot of all the COVID protocols, but it was a little bit closer to what we had been used to before COVID.
Yeah. And I'm gonna ask, what's kind of the difference of making like a Disney Plus series to your previous projects? I'll start off with you, Matt.
Um, it's interesting. The I we like the Disney Plus has been so creatively supportive that we haven't really felt any kind of limitations. They've just been so supportive of what we want to do. They really get behind you, and so I haven't really noticed kind of a market difference between doing something, doing the movies that we've done, or doing this. The role of a writer producer is different in television than it is in movies. There's a lot, kind of the buck stops with you in that regard, and it's great because you get, creatively, you're the primary force, and so that's very satisfying.
And I think, obviously, in terms of what the show is, it's very different than almost all the work that we've done in the past. And it's we just were so drawn by the books and their wonderful spirit, and we really connected to that and felt like it sort of pulled us back to a time closer to childhood and closer to some of those kind of uh, that kind of open, expansive feeling and that we could capture in the show. And so,
Yeah, while still kind of, we're still like we're able to deal with complex themes, things that are frightening at times, but still do it in a way that kind of fits with books and Disney Plus.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say thank you so much for speaking to me today. I really enjoyed the first season, really enjoyed the first couple episodes I've seen from the first one. But again, thank you so much for taking time out to speak to me today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.